You ever find yourself trimming plants and you look at a leftover bit, maybe just a leaf, and think, could I actually grow a whole new plant from this?
Oh, absolutely. That's peak gardener curiosity, isn't it? You see a
Yeah.
part, and your mind just jumps to propagation.
Exactly. And that little thought experiment is basically what we're diving into today, specifically looking at Mexican mint and whether you can propagate it from just a single leaf.
It's definitely not the textbook method for that particular plant, usually.
Right. And we're basing this on some personal gardening notes we came across from someone named Eng.
Ang's notes. Okay, so like a little home experiment log.
Pretty much. It seems Eng had some extra Mexican mint leaves, after taking proper stem cuttings and just thought, well, what if I try these leaves?
Resourceful. And how did Ang go about it? Did the notes say?
Yeah, it's quite specific. Eng apparently skipped trying to root them in water, which is, well, sometimes a step people try.
Uh-huh. Water propagation.
Instead, Eng took the leaves, made sure they still had the petiole, that little stalk bit.
Right, the bit that connects the leaf to the main stem.
Exactly that. And inserted that directly into vermiculite. Just straight into a 1020 tray filled with vermiculite.
Okay, so a very direct approach. Leaf, petiole, vermiculite, no messing around.
Pretty much. So the core question this raises, and what we're kind of exploring here is, can you actually get a viable Mexican mint plant this way from just a leaf?
It's a good question. Now, based on what we generally know about Mexican mint, it's tricky from just a leaf.
Eng seemed aware of that too, actually. The notes sort of hint that this was maybe a long shot.
Well, the main challenge is biology, really. Plant stems, especially for things like Mexican mint, have nodes.
Nodes, right, those little bumps on the stem.
Exactly. And those nodes contain specialized cells, meristematic tissue. Think of it like plant stem cells.
Mhm.
They're basically pre-programmed starting points, ready to grow both roots and shoots.
Okay, so stems have this built-in advantage. What about a leaf then?
A single leaf. It just doesn't typically have those concentrated nodes of to cells. It can happen in some plants. They can form roots adventitiously, meaning from tissue that isn't normally root tissue.
Adventitious roots. Okay.
But for Mexican mint specifically, it's much, much less likely to successfully regenerate a whole new plant roots and shoots from just a leaf and its petiole. It needs those nodal structures usually found on the stem.
That really clarifies why stem cuttings are the go-to method then. They've got the starting kit included.
Precisely. They have those active growth points ready to fire up.
And here's where Eng's notes get quite interesting again. Eng explicitly wrote something like, propagation from a leaf is reportedly slow and potentially may not work.
So Ang went into it with eyes open. It wasn't like, this is definitely going to work. More like a, let's just see kind of thing.
Exactly, an observation, which kind of highlights the experimental nature of a lot of gardening, doesn't it?
It really does. Ang was probably hoping for those adventitious roots to form from the petiole or the base of the leaf, maybe.
Yeah.
Some plants are amazing at it, others not so much.
Right. And the kicker here is where Eng's notes end.
Oh, no results.
Nope. The very last line for this entry is basically, let's see how is the outcome over the coming weeks.
Ah, the classic cliffhanger. So we don't actually know if Ang's leafy experiment succeeded or failed based on this specific record.
We don't. It's just the setup and the intention. It leaves you wondering.
Which, is a good reminder in itself. Biology takes time. Gardening needs patience.
Yeah.
You set things up, you observe.
So just to recap for everyone listening, Eng tried propagating Mexican mint by taking individual leaves with their petioles attached and sticking them directly into vermiculite. No water, just leaf and medium.
A less common route, definitely stepping away from the more reliable stem cutting method.
Yeah.
And acknowledging up front that it's known to be slow and perhaps might not even work for this plant.
Yeah, Eng knew the odds weren't great. But it's that snapshot, the beginning of the experiment, that Eng captured.
It really makes you think, though, doesn't it? It leads to a deeper question, maybe for you listening to ponder. Why exactly is it so hard for a Mexican mint leaf? Like, beyond just no nodes, what specific biological signals or cellular mechanisms are missing or inhibited in that leaf compared to, say, an African violet loose, which can often root? What's the deeper biological block?
That's a great question to chew on. It just shows how even simple notes about a small gardening trial, like Eng's, can spark these really fascinating biological questions.
Absolutely. And sometimes the real value isn't just whether the plant grows, but in the process of trying, observing, and asking why. That exploration itself is worthwhile.
Couldn't agree more. It's all part of the fun of gardening and learning.